Shark Week. Welcome into the Bro 4 Squad podcast. We are just a bunch of bros drinking beer and talking movies. This is our 55th episode. Did I forget how to talk? Because we've done 54 and I no longer can speak words. I'm your host, Jeff Hornacek, the mayor. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Let's dive right into it by meeting my partner in crime, the mad scientist, Brian Banner. Banner, I heard that you're currently in a feud with Amazon. Would you mind sharing the status of the battle and when you're preparing your next attack?
Yeah, we're battling, but unfortunately I cannot reveal our strategic planning. That's only for the war room. There could be spies out there. You might be one.
As your friend, I'm just saying, don't fucking go to war with Amazon. I feel like they have you outgunned.
Actually, I have no feud with them. They're actually really cool. Anytime something's messed up, they're basically like, yeah, we're so rich. Here you go. We can fix it.
Yeah, they could just buy you a new life, basically.
Pretty much. Like, they're so good, I actually owe them something.
And if you are going to go to war with them, ammunition, poison, whatever you need, just don't use the podcast credit card, please. That's my one request to you.
Okay.
Because I know you borrowed it last time.
What if somebody was in a feud with Amazon and to destroy Amazon, they bought from Amazon?
How would that...
2-day shipping, man.
How would that destroy them, though?
No, like if you were buying poison online.
Oh, the irony, right.
Right.
Okay, like, yeah, it's you killed yourself because you shipped it to me so goddamn fast.
Yeah.
Well, Amazon has nothing to do with movies, but our podcast does. And if you have not listened to us before, or even if you have, thank you guys for checking us out. And the first thing we like to start every episode...
derailed really quick tonight.
Yeah, but I re-railed us. Is that a word? It should be.
It should be.
Although it seems impossible to put a train back on the tracks, I've done it. And the most important thing in any bro's life, and the topic we start our show with every week, is Chess Day. So, as we are recording this, and hopefully as you're listening to it, Halloween has come and gone in 2018, and while we love the hell out of some scary movies, there's nothing quite like the holiday movie season in terms of getting in the Christmas spirit and letting us relive some of our childhood. So today's Chess Day asks 2 questions, Brian. Number 1, is it now or when is it too early to get into the Christmas spirit? Because I know people get really fucking pissed at Walmart when the day after Halloween they get out all their Christmas stuff. And secondly, what are some of your favorite Christmas movies or your Christmas movie staples, the ones that you watch every year? So I'll start with the first question. When's too early to get into the Christmas movie season spirit?
For me, Christmas movie season spirit happens Thanksgiving Day or night. You can't watch a Christmas movie till after you've had Thanksgiving dinner. Then after Thanksgiving dinner, boom, give me some Frosty, give me some Rudolph. I'm ready to go.
In a weird way, I think that Christmas season is fine to start doing like middle of November. Like I want to get my tree and shit up, but I'm with you, man. I actually go a little later with Christmas movie season, and I'm going to reference this in a second when I go to my Christmas movie staples. But you know how ABC Family, or is it that, or is it Freeform now? What is it these days?
Do you remember when it was Fox Family?
Well, those are different channels, I think. Like entirely.
No. They were the same channel, and then
no,
they might have been different channels.
ABC and Fox are like rival. Anyway, when they do their like 21 days of Christmas or whatever, or 22, however,
I think it's 25 days of Christmas.
Okay, yeah, when that starts, that's when I get in the mood. And I don't really enjoy those movies, but they're really shitty made-for-TV movies. And it's fun to watch like 15 minutes of them and realize how awful they are. But it just makes me feel like it's fucking Christmas, you know?
As soon as Jonathan Taylor Thomas comes on the movie and like pretends like he's still trying to act, that's when I'm out on it.
Yeah, that's when Melissa Joan Hart and the oldest Lawrence brother, because they'll do one, I swear to God, they'll do it.
Every year, dude. Are they married?
I don't know, man. If they're not, like, if they are married to other people, those people need to check their text messages because they're fucking, for sure. Because they do a Freeform or ABC Family movie every year where they play 2 people who have like a meet cute, and then they can't find each other again or something until Christmas Eve. And it's like just a different title every year called like Under the Tree or something, starring oldest Lawrence brother and Sabrina. And they have one of those every year. And every time I watch those, I'm like, this reminds me of Christmas, man. These shitty movies. Yeah. Speaking of better Christmas movies, though, what are a few of your Christmas holiday staples? We could do a little back and forth here
Yeah,
because
well,
we might have some of the same
we
ones.
might have some of the same ones. I'll say one, you say one. Rudolph the claymation. Every year you got to watch it.
Yes, absolutely. The songs are horribly awesome. I actually prefer the uh, Frosty the Snowman one to that.
I like Frosty the
Um,
Snowman.
and of course, the Abominable Snowman one is really good too.
Excellent. I also like Little Drummer Boy.
Not a fan of Little Drummer Boy.
What?
I know you love the
What?
Justin Bieber stuff. Don't even bring it up.
What if I told you? It's like a 30 for 30. What if I told you Justin Bieber does a rendition with Busta Rhymes?
I would tell you that I know that because you got hammered drunk a few Christmases ago and would not stop texting me about it.
I don't understand the problem.
It was like, and then the next morning I remember you texting us, I don't even like that song. I was like, well, you loved it last night.
I've come back around. It's a great song. But Little Drummer Boy, as far as the movie goes, I love it. I don't know. There's something about rum-bum-bum-bum that just gets me going.
The Little Drummer Boy for me, as far as the claymation movies, ranks towards the bottom, but that's a strong list to top. And I think this year for Christmas, we should definitely do a commentary on one of those or two of those because they're pretty short.
I'm down. Fans, you vote. You tell us. Do you want it?
Of course you do. We'll put the poll up soon.
Yes, we do want it, Bro Force Squad.
Stop.
We'll do
God damn it.
Another one that
so-
I love is Christmas with the Cranks.
You're gonna okay. That's the one. Is that the one with Matthew Broderick, or is that the one with Tim Allen?
Tim Allen.
Okay, Tim Allen and Lori from Halloween. What the fuck's her name? Jamie Lee Curtis,
Yes,
right?
Yes. And they're gonna go on a cruise for Halloween, and then not for Halloween. God damn it. They're gonna go on a cruise or something for Christmas, and then their daughter decides, "Oh, I'm coming home tomorrow and surprising you," and the entire neighborhood, who they've basically been shitting on all Christmas season, comes together and makes Christmas happen for them. It's a miracle.
That's like not even the best Tim Allen Christmas movie.
No,
Obviously,
it's
this-
not. I just enjoy it.
That's fine.
It comes on every year, and when it's on, I'm like, well, this is what I'm doing for the next hour and a half.
What's the one with Matthew Broderick then that I get confused with that? It's like the
Godzilla?
same. No, I'll think of it later. It's if you know at home, comment below because it's like the same thing. Him and his wife are like trying to leave for Christmas and they can't. That actually reminds me of one of my favorites, which is Four Christmases with
it's
Vince
a great one.
Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon. Great framing device. Obviously, it all takes place in well, not obviously because it says four, but it takes place all on Christmas Day. And Vince Vaughn and Reese Witherspoon are a couple that is not yet married, but close to that time where they kind of need to shit or get off the pot together. And on Christmas, they both have divorced parents, and so they visit their four respective homes for Christmas. It's a nice, it's definitely a comedy first, but there's a good drama element to it. And you know I'm a huge Vince Vaughn fan, so that one's one of my favorites. What's another one you got?
Home Alone, guys, check out our movie commentary on that. Obviously, you have to watch that one every year.
I think we deleted that one because we got too drunk, but I could be wrong. I think that's one that we delete. I don't know. Maybe.
I think
it's deleted.
The Santa Claus. Pretty sure we have a commentary on that one too, right?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, that's another one you got to watch every year. Only the first one. I think the second and third are pretty weak.
It's very weak.
So I'm always in for the first one.
So one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time, and this is the epitome of bringing up like my childhood and like my parents and I would watch it every year. It's a movie from 1991 called All I Want for Christmas. It stars Kevin Nealon from SNL, Ethan Embry, and then Thora Birch, who was in the American Pie movies and American Beauty. And it's basically just about a kid and his little sister whose parents are divorced. This is their first Christmas separated, and his sister asks Santa to get his parents back together. And the older brother is really nervous because he's worried she's going to be let down because Santa's not real. It's not some corny like magical movie. Santa comes and they patch things up and their parents make out. It's actually just a really fun like family movie, and I think it's really relatable to real life. It's kind of a sleeper movie. So if you haven't seen All I Want for Christmas from 1991, I would recommend checking it out.
I think the
pretty
last two, neither one of us really want to say because we don't want to take it from the other one, but I'll do it. Christmas Vacation and A Christmas Story.
All right, you're gonna get mad at me. I think
I know.
Story is it. I just think it's really overrated. A Christmas Story, but I love Christmas Vacation. Obviously,
You're stupid. It's not overrated.
agree to disagree.
How is a movie overrated when every single year they play it for 24 hours?
That's how it's overrated.
That's
Like,
not
why
overrated. It's just
are
a
you?
good movie. They wouldn't do that if people wouldn't watch it.
Well, they do that with "Don't Stop Believing" by Journey, and that song blows. Another,
To
of
each his
course,
own.
Christmas Vacation. I think we should do a commentary on that and make it maybe our first comedy movie.
Yeah, I'm
That we
just afraid that we would ruin it for people because there's no way we're going to be as funny as Christmas Vacation.
right, and they'll be like, "Can you guys shut the fuck up? I want to hear Cousin Eddie be really funny." Two more that I'll get in real quick. No surprises. Elf, of course. I actually used to hate Elf, but it's grown on me more and more every year.
I can't
think.
get over the fact that he eats spaghetti with syrup. I just can't watch it.
Yeah, I also love the theories that it is somehow a prequel to Step Brothers because Mary Steenburgen plays Will Ferrell's mother, or his, I guess, quote unquote, his stepmom in Elf, but his mom in both movies. And James Caan, who plays his dad, gets like really mad at him, and the whole premise is like maybe his dad left after that. And Will Ferrell plays like an immature adult in the second one. I don't know. Just go online. There's people a lot smarter than me on Reddit that have written some pretty damn good fan
They
theories
sold
about it.
me on it.
Yeah. And then, of course, check out our commentary on this one, but Jingle All the Way, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad, and Anakin Skywalker. I can't remember the name of the Jake Lloyd.
Jake Lloyd.
Before he got arrested and is in prison. Jake Lloyd, shout out if you have us on in your prison.
This is pre teardrop tattoo, Jake Lloyd.
Right, free running from the police.
Right.
I actually think it really is pre-episode 1, so it's actually before.
I think it's the year before episode 1. I think it was 2 years. I think it was 97.
Because we joked on the commentary that George Lucas saw his shitty acting in Jingle All the Way and goes, "I have to have him as Anakin. He's my Anakin."
Any other Christmas staples you got?
I got one last one, and it's just an honorable mention to the Frosty the Snowman animated movie. Spoiler alert, that end scene where the kids have to go hide from the burglar in that greenhouse and Frosty starts melting. Like, I used to bawl my fucking eyes out as a kid at that scene. Frosty the Snowman animated movie, incredible.
One thing that I do too, I didn't mention, I do this every Thanksgiving, I do it every Halloween and Christmas. I go through and watch all the Christmas episodes of That 70s Show.
Mm. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that with The Office this year.
Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. Actually, side note, this conversation on a off-pod text thread is why I watched The Office finally. Watched all the seasons in like 20 days or something. It was insane.
Yeah, because their Christmas episodes are famous. Like, they're all pretty. I can't think of a single one that I didn't really like, even in the last 2 seasons. All right, well, that's all I got for my Christmas
That's
staples.
all I got. That's all I
Anything?
got. I'm a little thirsty though.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. Just
What do you
a little.
What do you want to
I
have?
I'm also kind of hungry.
Mm.
I don't know.
Maybe
what it
maybe some sort of like a hearty like powder that you could mix with a liquid.
is. Yeah, if there's something that like would satisfy a hunger urge, but also a thirsty urge.
Interesting. And I guess we can now move on from our chest day holiday theme topic. By the way, I'm sure we'll have another Christmas themed chest day as we get closer to the Yuletide greetings. But that brings us to the time for everyone's favorite segment, as Banner was mentioning, our protein shake, where we let you know
Something
what
like a
movies.
shake.
Yeah, I just said it. Protein shake. The segue's ruined when you just dive in headfirst to the deep end like that. Wade into the water. Patience.
I'm sorry.
And you could never be a Jedi Knight. You're too fucking impulsive.
Yeah, no, but that's why the Sith are better.
That's true.
That's right. Cycling.
So, our protein shake is where we let you guys know what movies or TV shows we watched or rewatched since the last time we spoke. Banner, I'm not going to lie to you. We have not done an episode in probably about 3 weeks. We've done some commentaries and reviews.
It's been quite a while.
But yeah, so my list of movies and shows is stacked up pretty deep. I know we went over this. A couple of these we've both watched either together or have already seen in the past, so we can tag team those. But why don't you get the people started and tell them what is in your cup, aka what did you see since the last time we talked?
All right, so I'm gonna hit a few that we've done together, and a few just to get them out of the way. Halloween, we did movie commentary on. Watched that one since our last one. Saw 2 again with the whole Halloween theme. Watched the new Halloween 2018 version. Did a review with Geiger on that one. Fantastic. Moving.
Let's start real quick. Let's start with the 1978 Halloween. All right. Check out our movie commentary, by the way. Did it hold up for you? It was made obviously 40 years ago.
I'm not even
you saw
convinced
the new
that
one.
I had seen it before after this, because I'm not gonna lie, the entire time I thought we were watching Jason. So I got
Yeah.
super confused.
And you fucked me up with that
I did,
too.
and I'm not gonna lie. I apologize, but at the same time, not that sorry. But it totally held up, dude. I'm not gonna say I was terrified, but like I jumped and I was on edge the entire time. But it also got me ready for the 2018 one that happens 40 years in the future. You should check out a review on that one because it ties perfectly in and is a very good complement to that 1978 version.
And I'll say this, the original, like the 1978 version, going back and rewatching it, it's not like it's an iconic movie, but it's not one that you watch now and you're like, oh, you kind of roll your eyes like this is dated from 1978. I thought it was still pretty fucking scary. And I was watching it with you guys drunk the whole time too.
That's one that I'm actually going to have to calculate like at what age will Baby Banner be able to watch that?
Yeah.
Because it's pretty fucking scary.
Right.
And creepy.
So check out our movie commentary on Halloween. Saw 2, we also did a movie commentary on because I think we're going to do the Saws just about every year. How long had it been since you saw Saw 2 and what were your lasting thoughts?
It was a year. I watched the entire Saw franchise leading up to Jigsaw. Surprisingly, I didn't see Jigsaw, though, last year when it came out. So it only been a year.
No sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
Just got worn out.
Yeah, it was exhausting. But yeah, it had been a year, so it wasn't too long. That's probably a little bit too soon for me to rewatch that one. But hey, I was drunk. It was fun with you guys. You guys should check that one out. I know you guys are the Sawites of the pod.
Where does Saw 2 rank in the franchise for you? I actually think, ironically, for me, it's my second favorite of all of them.
I would agree. They progressively get worse for me.
Yeah.
So
and it's a gradual step for me until Saw 5. Then it was like a big step where they got.
I agree. I think Saw 3 and Saw 2 you can kind of interchange. I do like think 3, but.
Yeah, and again, check out our movie commentary because now noticing things like 15 years later is pretty fun with this movie. But I think Saw 2 for me has the best twist of the whole franchise, which is saying something for a franchise that's known for its.
That is the twists.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So moving in now to kind of stuff that we haven't normally done or we don't have content out right now. I went back and revisited Fantastic Beast in preparation for the new one coming out this month. Actually have a movie commentary on that dropping soon with Cycly. We're the two Potterheads here on the pod. Good, fun watch. You guys should check that commentary out on our true thoughts of it. Horns, have you seen Fantastic Beasts? What do you think?
I have not, and I want to know, as a Muggle, I've seen a couple of the Harry Potter movies. I saw both of the Deathly Hallows parts in theaters with Cycly, and I really enjoyed them. Didn't read the books, but I like the movies. Would you recommend a Muggle like myself starting with Fantastic Beasts and your commentary, or as a purist, should I go through the Harry Potter movies and then backtrack?
You probably need, if you haven't seen anything, you need to go back and rewatch it because that's what introduces you to the world. There's a lot of stuff you're not going to understand in this because you don't understand the world yet. So personally, I'm not a big fan of Fantastic Beasts. It was fun because it got it back in the world after we had been away for so long. But obviously, I'm going to always tell you to check out our commentary because, I mean, we're just a bunch of drunk buffoons and it's a lot of fun.
Right. And what's the drink you guys always say, like giggle water or
something?
Giggle
water, yeah.
Of course. Who hasn't had a nice giggle water?
When was the last time you had a giggle water?
God, it's been ever.
Yeah, obviously. What's some of the stuff that you've watched here recently?
So I'll go through two that one Cycling I did a review on. I saw Searching in theaters, the John Cho movie where his daughter goes missing, and it's all kind of told from the vantage point of her laptop that he finds, and it's sort of trying to uncover and unravel how she went missing. Definitely check out our review on it, but don't do it until after you've seen the movie because all of the good stuff, the meat and potatoes, is in the spoiler portion of it. But if you like these type of movies, I want to say there's a name for this genre, like cyber thrillers, you'll love this one. And the third act especially was fucking incredible. And tying right into that, same type of genre, I watched Unfriended Dark Web, another movie told from the vantage point of like a Skype call the whole time, where some kid finds a laptop in the lost and found at a coffee shop that he works at. And it turns out that it belongs to someone who does some pretty sketchy shit on the dark web, and that person really wants their laptop back, and things start to get a little dangerous and dicey for him and his friends. I would recommend both movies if you like that kind of film. They were both really, really quick watches with pretty intense and crazy last 10 or 15 minutes of them. So Searching and then Unfriended Dark Web. How about you?
Interesting. Yeah, both of those sound interesting. I loved your guys' review on Searching. Makes me intrigued about it. Went back and watched Chamber of Secrets, another Harry Potter movie. Again, did that with Cycly. Again, just preparing, getting ourselves ready for the new Fantastic Beasts movie that's coming out. Another one that I did, again, we're kind of sticking with the whole holiday theme. Nightmare Before Christmas. Have to watch it every Halloween because it's a Halloween movie.
So real quick, Chamber of Secrets, if I remember right from listening to bits and pieces of your commentary, you hate that movie
Can't
or the
fucking
book?
stand either one.
Is this the second one in the Harry Potter
Yes,
series?
this is the second one. You can completely remove it and it doesn't matter.
Wow, that's pretty harsh praise. But still, go listen to our movie commentary on it because I'm sure you and Cycly are drunk and very much enjoying it.
We are.
Nightmare Before Christmas, got to ask you, is it on a streaming service right now? And is it a Christmas or Halloween movie?
It's a Halloween movie, and I don't know if it's on a streaming service. I own it, as everybody in their right mind should, and they should watch it on Halloween because that's what kind of a movie it is.
Right. The movie Christmas is in the title, and Santa Claus is a main character in the plot, so it is not a Halloween movie, unfortunately.
It is a Halloween movie, but that's fine. That's a debate for another day. In fact, the viewers voted, and they agreed with yours truly.
I think that could be a whole chess day in and of itself.
It very well could be. Another movie has nothing to do with anything we've talked about that I watched. Matthew McConaughey movie called Gold. It's basically loosely based on true events where a company went to mine gold in, I think, like Indonesia or something, and they faked the fact that they found gold. And they basically boosted all of their stocks, made a shit ton of money, and then it came back and said, oh, no, they didn't find any gold. It's all fake.
Wow.
And basically crashed the Canadian stock market.
Those rat bastards.
Yeah. That was a really good watch. McConaughey got super disgustingly, I don't even want to say out of shape because it's worse than that.
Now, that movie had some low-key Oscar buzz from McConaughey early on, right? I just don't think it got near enough of a wide release.
It didn't. Dallas Bryce Howard is in it.
Oh, nice.
She plays his love interest. So it's a really good watch. It's on Netflix currently. I suggest going and watching it. Pretty good.
I might do that. Did not know it was on Netflix. I actually, for some reason, didn't even know if it had come out yet because I had hardly heard anything about it. So I saw two movies recently in theaters that I'll give us. I actually have a couple that I'm going to leave out and just save for our next episode. But I saw A Star Is Born with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. Now, this was a movie that I was very intrigued with. I saw it with the fiance. She was a big Gaga fan. She liked the music. It had kind of like a country strong type vibe with Gwyneth Paltrow and Garrett Hedlund. The music was incredible. I've downloaded most of it and listened to it legally.
How's Bradley Cooper? Because I'm not a big fan.
Right. So he is immensely talented. He wrote the music. I think he played it on guitar. His vocals are not the best in the world, but I thought this was one of his best performances I've ever seen. I hated him in American Hustle. I loved him in this. I would recommend this movie to pretty much anyone. I think the first and second act are incredible. The third act kind of meanders a little bit, and it sort of becomes like a different movie, and it doesn't really capitalize on what it built up because you really fucking care about the characters the first two acts of the movie. So the third act was a little weak, but overall I definitely enjoyed it. I rated it on Letterboxd, I think a 3.5 out of 5. So I would recommend seeing it, especially if the trailers intrigued you at all. And then one other movie that I saw in theaters actually last night, sort of in the same vein, was Bohemian Rhapsody, of course the Queen biopic starring Rami Malek. Geiger on pod has said that he thought this was a sleeper for the Oscars and that he was very excited to see it. He has since changed his tune, as you know, through the text message thread, and apparently hates Queen, is vehemently against seeing it. I thought the movie, kind of the inverse of A Star Is Born, a very, very weak first act. The way that they show Queen coming together, getting their name, Freddie Mercury getting his name, and sort of becoming the lead singer of Queen is done way too quickly. It's edited very, very poorly. But the second act, when they're actually a band and becoming big and making their hit songs, specifically the scene where they come up with the idea for We Will Rock You, one of my favorite movie scenes of the whole year. Fucking incredible. And then the third act was very good, but after that second act, how good it was, there's no way it could be as strong. So I would recommend Bohemian Rhapsody again, especially if you don't necessarily have to be a fan of Queen. If you like their music or know those songs and they are ones that are stuck in your head and you like to sing a lot, you will love the movie. So that's what I'll leave with for my protein shake, Banner. What else you got?
All right. I am still pretty hungry, pretty thirsty, so I'm going to go rapid fire here. Next Gen is a Netflix animated movie basically about a girl who distrusts robots but then has to befriend a robot because it saves the world. Solid. Somehow, I don't even know, I watched all 3 Kung Fu Pandas.
You need help. You really do need help.
I watched the 2nd season of Making a Murderer, Free Brendan Dassey.
I'm halfway through that, so when I'm done, we'll have to have an on-pod discussion.
We'll have an on-pod discussion about that. Some real-life stuff there. Pretty interesting. Watched the 3rd season of Daredevil.
Excited to see that.
Yes, fantastic. Not as good as 1 and 2, but a very
though?
Yeah, very, very good. Kind of bow on the top for that 3rd season. Rewatched 1st season of Iron Fist as well as watched the 2nd season of Iron Fist.
How is Alice Eve in season 2 as Typhoid Mary?
Yeah, she's not bad. Yeah, she's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of other stuff going on, and she's middle of the pack. Not too much, not too bad. I liked it. Liked her.
Sold, I guess.
Frontier, rewatched season 1 as well as watched season 2. Actually did that in 24 hours.
That's disgusting. That's that Jason Momoa show,
right?
Jason
Momoa about in like
throwing
the 1600s.
Axes?
Throwing axes, throwing everything. Just being a fucking badass. About 1600 beaver hunting and pelt selling.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beaver hunting. Get it?
Yeah.
Sex. Sexual intercourse.
But it's a very good, very, very good show. And then I am now halfway through season 2 of Ozark.
Yeah, Nate Thurmond has been recommending that show to me for quite some time. I will have to check it out.
Have you watched the first season?
I have not.
First season's incredible.
I love serious Jason Bateman though. The Gift that he was in was so fucking intense. Yeah. So I will definitely give that some point.
So that's what I've watched that I can remember in the last like week and a half.
Yeah, I'll be honest, people at home. I watched so much shit since our last episode. I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things that I'm just not even going to bore you with. But you're definitely getting it on the next episode, so don't think you've escaped. Just want to, for the sake of time, we'll move on.
Yeah,
all right, Brian.
You're getting close to work, so.
Exactly. Yeah, I got to wake up in about 14 hours for work.
I was more talking about the viewers or listeners as they drive into work.
Oh, yeah. Be safe. Signal when you switch lanes. Brian, before we close out the show, was there something you wanted to ask me? And that brings us to our question and answer segment. Do you even lift, bruh? Where we dig up some question or questions, in this case question, from around the internet, and we answer them on our show because we can. And our first question comes to us from I Will So Will at I Do Not, who asks.
That's a great Twitter handle.
That's a great Twitter handle. Late next year, we will have Netflix, DC, Marvel, Amazon Prime, CBS All Access, and Hulu all with a monthly subscription. We can't go back to cable since none of those services are in a cable bundle. Will this be a sustainable model? Boehner, you and I have talked about this a lot, and I Will So Will brings up a good point. The bubble has to burst at some point, right? Like, what is going to happen in the next year or so with all these streaming service options available? We're still going to pay for some cable service, I think. At least I will because of live TV and sports. But when you have to start making the tough decisions, how do you make those, and what would you go with in terms of your streaming service?
I think at this point, pretty much everybody has Netflix. So I think you can kind of throw them out of the equation.
Right. I'm not going to ditch Netflix. Right. Unless they really start blowing dick, I'm not going to get rid of my Netflix.
Which honestly, they're doing original content more than they're putting new content on there or something that other people have made.
And it's actually good because, no offense to Amazon Prime, but what they're throwing out is just content for the sake of content.
Exactly.
Like
And
the
I think
marvelous
that's where
Miss
you're-
Maisel.
Well, and
Stop.
that's you hit on another really good point. Amazon Video isn't a streaming service that, at least I don't think that you can just pay for monthly. It's included in your Prime subscription. And again, how many people have Prime?
7.
Okay, plus probably about 7 million.
Right, but at least 7 have it, right?
You're not wrong.
Okay, thank you.
So those two, I think, are kind of outliers where they're different. I think Netflix has built up what they are. They've created this. Are we going to call it a genre or probably a market? They've created the market.
Yeah.
And Amazon is in a different market. They're just tagging this on.
Yeah, if it comes down to strictly a streaming service, I'm ditching Amazon Prime. I'm ditching Hulu. I'm not touching CBS All Access.
CBS All Access is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. You can only watch CBS shows. If there's a show on CBS that I want to watch, I'll just
DVR
watch
it
it live.
Right. And then when the Disney streaming service comes out, yeah, they're getting my money. Like, I'm sorry, they're starting to pull their stuff from Netflix. We've seen all the Marvel Netflix shows get quote unquote canceled the past few weeks. Like Luke Cage is not returning, Iron Fist is not returning, Jessica Jones is not returning. They may say that's
Defenders
because
is
of
not returning.
right. The Defenders is not
I
returning.
think
They may
Daredevil is the only one that hasn't been canceled, and that's because it just came out like 2 weeks ago.
Exactly. And they may say it's because of viewership, but we know Disney's trying to hoard their stuff. They've announced the Scarlet Witch, Loki, and presumably Winter Soldier and Falcon series on the streaming service with the actors returning. So yeah, I don't, even if that one's $20 a month, I'll probably pay for it. So I guess I'm just glad right now that this is not a decision that I have to make, because I think what I just said out loud I want to keep is probably like $90 to $100 worth a month of streaming service, which I don't think I could get my money's worth. And I still want to go to the movies, especially in the summer. So to answer your question, I will, so will. I'm scared shitless of when this comes out, because it's like the divide and conquer model, right? Like, I don't know what I'm going to pick because I'm going to have to make some tough decisions.
Yeah, I think at some point there's either going to have to be some company, a third party, that you pay them a larger sum, and it's just going to turn back into buying cable. And they're going to give you access to all of these different options.
Right. Or let's just be honest, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Banner will just share logins to these things.
That's not going to happen.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Only because we're recording this conversation right now, right?
Of course not. We're never going to / we don't ever share logins to anything so that we can't watch multiple.
All right.
streaming
Very
services
well
ever.
articulated. And before our legal counsel, Ronnie Cycli, calls us and tells us that he, in court, cannot defend what we just did, that will do it for episode 55 of the Bro4 Squad podcast. For the mad scientist, Brian Banner, I've been the mayor, Jeff Hornacek. Thank you guys so much for checking us out. Please give us a follow on Twitter at Bro4 Squad. Subscribe to us on iTunes, Spotify, and YouTube, Bro4 Squad, 3 words. If you could leave us a 5-star iTunes review, we will love you. And check out everything that we're doing, our squad blog, the Bro4 Squad Hall of Fame, and all of our content on our website, bro4squad.com. Till next time, we'll catch you later.
We really shit on Amazon tonight.
I mean, they fucked up. They fired the first shot by sending you a damaged box.
That's true.
We should send them back a box of shit and make sure it's in pristine condition. Ship it to them through them. Like, hey, we actually do trust your shipping. It's the irony of it. We knew this turd would get to you. They're good.